So, shall we call the meeting to order? Are we on the air?
It should be just one more minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Meeting of the Summers Zoning Board of Appeals, special meeting of the Summers Zoning Board of Appeals on February 19th, 2026, called to order at 6:10 p.m.
So you could have brought it.
Okay. Now, I don't have an agenda in front of me, so remind me what now I will.
So we need to do attendance,
Okay.
roll call at all?
Okay, roll call. Alphabetical order. Hope we get it right. Sean Curtis.
Present.
I won't worry about alphabetical order. BJ Farrow. Absent. Tara Moody. Absent. Andy Rocket.
Here.
Doug Stebbins. Absent. Ralph Williams. Here. So,
No wonder everybody looked at me crazy when I was saying Ralph Zahner today. I used to work with Ralph Zahner in Vernon. Like, for some reason, I kept referring to you as Ralph Zahner. They're like, Ralph who? I'm like, you know him. Like, what are you acting like you don't know Ralph?
I don't look Swiss.
It's been a
I thought you were Ralph Zahner was like in honor of Ralph.
it's been a stretch. It's been a February.
So, discussion, possible decision on zoning regulations versus ZBA rules. I'll turn it over to you, Jen.
Did you get this in an email? Would you like to look at this? So
Yes,
I can give you
I
my
would,
copy?
yeah, I did.
So
Thank you.
I don't know, Andy, if you were at the other meetings or not.
Yeah.
Regarding this, the last
Fast
one?
read later. You might have
You were
been
there?
here for the discussion. No.
He came in at the after
Yeah.
he cooked his
Stromboli.
stromboli.
So
Yes.
again, I'm not sure what part you heard, but basically, due to all of the commotion the last several years, people ignoring, cease and desist or notice of violation, it came about that we wanted to review our procedures and whatever and how we do things. And because Carl Landolina, the main thing was like the whole Oak Ridge, where his advice he was giving me is unofficial or official legal advice and just sending me an email. And fast forward, that prompted, I had a meeting with Tim Keeney, Bill Meyer, and we called in Mike Ziska, who's a good land use attorney. So Mike and I have been working on, going through things, and he had pointed out that the zoning regulations contain a section with the ZBA outlining what needs to be done or procedures and whatever. And he said generally that is not the purview of a zoning commission, and then they should really just say for the ZBA, reference ZBA rules, and he calls them rules and regulations or rules and bylaws, whatever you guys think, that's the way it should be. So if that is in place, you all don't need to hold a public hearing, and you can change anything at any time within that section, within the rules. So within the rules is the 30-day limit to appeal an order. So I want to change that to 15 days. So if I tell someone to cease and desist, they basically can they go past that, but at least if they haven't appealed it in 15 days, I can start slapping them with fines.
Right.
That's the main impetus for us to change the appeal period. Put it down to 20.
Well,
Done to 15. I mean, what could be 15 or 20, whatever you want. I would recommend, I'm asking for 15
Yeah,
days
no, that's-
because you're getting the notice, certified mail,
Right.
and you should stop what you're doing and contact me. If
Right.
you keep doing it, then I'll issue a citation, which they can appeal the citation, but, they're going 30 days. Well, when we had one resident doing blasting and every day they're doing more,
Right.
Okay, so the planning commission or zoning commission, I guess.
the
EZC.
planning and zoning. I love saying that.
So they set forth zoning board of appeals rules or regulations. And Ziska says those really should not be in there.
They're not rules. So within the zoning regulations, there's a section for each thing, right?
Including zoning regulations. Zoning Board of Appeal regulations.
There's a section that says zoning board of appeals.
Right, okay, and that really should be a standalone thing for our board.
Correct.
Okay.
Because
So,
that's
based
what
on-
you guys have.
The zoning regulations probably would still refer to us, but
It
they,
has to, right.
but as per the general statutes and the rules,
zoning board
and
of
that would be
appeals
all that
rules
would be in the
Right.
regulations.
Right.
Now, our general operating procedure should be determined by us rather than.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Exactly. And we can tweak it as we need to.
Right.
Right.
Instead of having to go Mother May I to the zoning commission
Right.
to
Got
have
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, right, 'cause rather than us, say to the zoning, we want to change.
Right, understood.
And,
So,
and as I see it, the only thing that we probably would be changing once we practically copied and pasted this into a new document
Right.
would be the 15 days, which I'm entirely in
well,
favor.
the only other thing which I would suggest that what we do, I take the chart that Sean had requested, more of a comparison, and Mike analyzed each section of that ZBA section, and he put, this shouldn't be in here because you don't have, jurisdiction over it, or you should change this, or you're taking it out. So I think we just implement his suggested changes.
I do disagree with. I agree with him on the parts that the ones that the provisions in the zoning regs apropos the ZBA that have been superseded by new state laws, like the motor vehicle approvals and stuff, like the motor vehicle dealership approvals.
Right.
That I'm fine with. I believe, though, that our rules should reflect what the statutes say as of now. Because, as we've just said, we can change them if the
Right.
Because I think these rules will serve two purposes. First of all, it's a good guide for us. Well, three purposes: a good guide for us, a good guide for any newly appointed members to the. You're going to learn on the fly in any event, but this at least gives you a roadmap, and it also helps the general public and more to the point, any appellant or applicant to know how we're going to go through things. So I think that's the reason to do this.
Right. I mean, they still know how now.
Yeah.
But
Just to have a document.
he said how to tidy things up too, how it's not confusing.
Right.
And it just really speaks to how they can, request a variance or an appeal.
Right.
Can I clarify one thing, just to make sure I'm following? Is
I got to find the document so I can.
if what I hear Jen saying is that we want to remove these, create them separate. I also hear that let's also make some improvements to them based on Attorney Ziska's recommendation. What I think I hear you saying is, hey, let's approve them. Let's approve moving them, but let's maybe do that part first and then hold off on making any of his recommendations outside of the 15 days maybe
Right.
until we have a chance to really go through them a little bit further. Is that what I hear you saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. And Jen, with that,
Well, so when I was saying put what Mike has said, I mean, we still have this draft, right?
Yeah.
But where he's saying delete subsection D and delete
Yeah.
some, so
That I'm entirely.
I can. What I'm saying is, let me take the time and
Yeah.
write
Clean
that.
it up.
Clean up based on his recommendation, and then because he says we shouldn't act on it tonight anyway. So if I
Right.
clean it up, send it out to you guys next month in March, it can be on the agenda, and hopefully we have
Right.
more than 3 people.
Yes.
Because he said you shouldn't.
That'd be a wonderful way.
Right, and you shouldn't vote on it tonight. Like just say do it and create it.
Right. And we don't need a hearing for this because this basically is
Right.
internal.
Yes, you don't need a public
It will
hearing.
be publicly posted on the CBA's page on the website.
Right, so it will be a
but-
document
but
saying
it's
it's
ours.
the POCD and the charter and anything else. It'll be, an official Town of Summers Zoning Board of Appeals rules and regulations, and it'll be on file with the town clerk, and in land use and on the website.
Right.
And I have access to the website, so I would probably say I'd put it on, the zoning page and the ZBA's page.
Now, regarding the 15 days, this is a point of curiosity. I know that once someone appeals your order, there is, unless there's a danger to public health, there's a stay of your order.
Right, rather than the opposite,
But-
we'd have to go get a,
What about during the 15 or 30 days between them receiving your order and their appealing?
you mean
Are
like
they? Yeah,
day 1 and day 15?
okay.
So there's a stay for the 15 days.
Oh,
So if I send,
even if they haven't yet appealed.
I believe so.
Okay.
So I issue an order, they receive it March 1st. They have till March 15th to
Stop,
appeal to you guys.
To appeal and
A cease
also
and desist.
and also if
Well, they
whether
either
appeal,
can
whether
cease-
appeal or not, they can continue doing what they're doing.
For 15 days.
Yes, that's- I
right
just-
now they can do it for 30.
Yes, yes, and that's all the more reason.
And so these
I wouldn't mind the 30 days so much if we hadn't seen people gaming things.
there's been a lot over the last
Yeah.
5 years that's
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
Even just within that,
Yes.
you know.
But then I hope too that both commissions or attorneys listening advisors give you more teeth for enforcement on these, because right now it's, regardless if it's 15 or 30, people are they're still going for it anyway.
Yeah, we
Then what are the
can't-
repercussions?
I can't find them any more than I already do.
Yeah, right.
We're at the statutory limit. Summers never used to have a citation or citation hearing. Like, I brought that from when I was in Vernon, and I wanted to start finding people, and Carl and I, we created the citation ordinance, and so, now we can do that. And then as of late, I've been doing it more because these, property owners in town who have a lot, that they want to do, and they have the money to do it, and it's getting that they're doing extensive things that I can't,
Right.
have to wait 30 days to act on. So, also had worked with, and it would pertain to this commission, more so to planning and zoning, but I had a, zoning policy, enforcement policy, and I've been working with Mike, and we've fine-tuned that too, based on severity, So between that and this, it will help tighten it up. I can't hit them any harder than $150 a day.
Jen, is that statutory or by Town of Summers ordinance?
150
Yeah.
statutory. I mean, otherwise, we'd have to go get an injunction. We'd have to request a stay. I've got a case that's been going for.
At which point someone would say, well, they haven't exhausted their administrative appeals, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have one of the court cases, the Turnberg on King Road. They've asked for a stay or whatever, and they keep postponing the court date. That was after we postponed this ZBA meeting all summer all last year.
Yeah.
So trying to, fill gaps and tighten up things, and so I think this is a good idea, obviously, but ultimately it's up to
There's
you
a
guys.
lot of little corrections in there which seem to make sense. Is the only substantive one that changed the appeal period from 30 to 50?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is mostly statutorily driven,
Right.
Yeah. Which is why I think that, unlike Mike's EndNote 1, we should be spelling out what the statutes say until such time as the statutes say otherwise, at which
When they
point
change,
we
they
hold a
change it.
meeting and we change
Right.
them accordingly.
Right.
Yes.
So if I prepare a draft of rules, we can put it on the agenda.
Yeah.
I mean, it's within your authority to either put an item for public comment, not necessarily hold a public hearing. I wouldn't do all the noticing for a public hearing because you don't have to.
Right.
But he did say, don't act tonight.
No.
Like, with only 3 of you here.
No, that's fine.
And the planning and zoning, not that they need to be are aware of this. Jim Formica and that group are aware that this is discussion that we're going in this direction.
I would just present at the next meeting that we are going forward with extracting
Yeah.
that section. It would be a text amendment, so then it would be me making the application
Right.
to that commission. They would have to hold a public hearing. So
They could.
I mean, honestly,
they could leave it on their regs
but they could vote
if they
tonight.
wanted to, as long as we've got our rules.
Right.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you can go forward.
Yeah.
Even if they mimic each other.
Right. Right.
What other documents? So the zoning regulations would need to be refined. Are there any other documents in town that would need to reflect these changes?
No,
Just those two. Yeah.
just your bylaws and.
So do we need a motion to move that forward, to
I mean, I
allow Jen to
suppose-
make it?
I would
Yeah,
make a
we should do
motion.
it anyway.
Right.
Just so the public knows.
All right, I would make a motion to, authorize me to create a draft
Right.
to be reviewed and discussed next month.
Right, perfect. And I also like the idea of public comment. I always like that. But it's
Okay.
just better to give the public
Right.
a chance to, rather
Yep.
than any, hey, I never knew, you know what I mean?
And there may be some curiosity, some questions,
Yeah,
or
right.
some clarity.
And it can just say public comment. It doesn't
Right.
have to say. Most of the time, it says public comment of items not on the agenda.
And
But
we'll
that's
put-
it's
Right.
And we'll plan to have a March meeting whether or not we've got any application.
Right.
It's at the 10th?
That's fine.
Is it?
Only asking me the hard questions now.
I know. I think it's the 9th or the 10th.
I'm in California in March.
it's the 10th.
Yeah, I'm out for that. I'm going through the 17th.
Well, you could call in if you have 2 cents.
Yeah, I'll be in Bright Angel Lodge in Grand Canyon.
Well, it'll be early enough in the day
Good for you.
for you to call us.
Yeah, that's true.
It's too early in the season to go to the North
You'll be halfway through your wine tour by then, won't you?
We'll get you just when you're in a good mood.
While I always try, I don't see it as realistic. We're in the Grand Canyon. It's Martha's bucket list item. We'll be hiking.
And if not, we'll schedule a special meeting.
Yeah.
But I think
Okay, we could do that. We could
March would be nice.
do March 24th, or so, which is a
And you
Tuesday.
don't have to say that tonight because we're not doing a public hearing.
This is our next, which is our
But
next meeting.
it will
Yeah.
it will be a special meeting. We won't do it on the 10th unless we have.
Well, I wouldn't even. I would just make the motion to have me prepare a draft, and at your March meeting,
Present that draft, field
Present
any
it.
questions.
Yeah. So moved.
Is there a second?
Sure. Second.
I mean,
So just for the sake of note taking, then.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
right.
So we're making. I'll go ahead and formulate. So I just want to make sure it's making. So I make a motion that we allow Jen the opportunity to make said revisions as proposed from in collaboration with Attorney Ziska
right.
to the Zoning Board of Appeals section of the zoning regulations.
Well, actually, to have her draft rules for the
That's
zoning
right.
board of appeals reflecting our statutory and powers and responsibilities as discussed.
Okay. So I'm going to try to repeat that here.
Well,
Oh, you've got it.
I got
right
it
there.
here.
You got
It's
it
right there. Okay. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah.
Right, and then that will be for discussion at our March meeting.
Yeah.
Or at our
discussion,
next
possible approval.
Next
Yeah, yeah.
What's that?
Discussion, possible approval.
Discussion possible.
And so you're going to take these and you're going to put them online for public comment online, or
No, I was just saying you could give the public the opportunity to come. I don't think anyone's going to have any questions on this. I
probably not.
except for
People that
violators.
want to have 30 days to get
Right.
it ready.
So,
Well,
yeah, it's the same as the Inland Wetlands Commission. They have time for public comment, and so, and I don't know if the Board of Selectmen, if theirs says only items not on the agenda.
Are you
But-
going to? I just would like to see the public to have an opportunity to review this at length before walking into a meeting.
Well, we can say
Well,
for
it-
our next meeting, discussion and possible approval. That doesn't bind us to
Right,
approve.
right.
Okay,
We
right.
can if
I
we
can
want
post
at
it
that
on the
point.
website
Yeah,
as
right.
a draft.
Yeah,
Put
right.
it
When
in
I do it.
on
First we get the
attachments for
draft.
the agenda.
Then,
Yeah.
then we look at it
on our
and
Yeah.
we post
site.
it, and then
Yeah.
we can act
and
on
then
it.
approve it. At a
Yeah, I mean, I
certain-
can have it available when it's ready, and
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like we might not meet on the 10th, depending on, Tara and BJ's, and
Right.
Doug's out of town, so.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So if that's your motion, I'll second.
Second it.
Yeah.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay.
I appreciate it.
And should we move to increase by 20% the pay of Jen for all her services to us this evening?
If that were
All of us, for that matter.
Yeah, right.
If that were, well, yes. For her, if that were within our power, I'd be all for it. But unfortunately, that falls to the board of selectmen.
God, we're still on TV.
Yeah.
I would like to, then I double that. I think it should be 40%. But I would like us to recognize Dean Hills at our next meeting, an agenda item. A thank you to Dean Hills. That's it.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Yes, let's do
We
that.
should
I thought we
say,
did, but we can always do it
Yeah,
again.
I guess we did. I was making Stromboli.
Right. I think Ralph did, but you can do it. It's
All right, if you did already.
I don't, and I don't know if or both of you are aware of Jeff Catlett.
I noticed it from the Conservation Commission minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want? I don't know if.
Was he?
Well, it's a special meeting, and we're only supposed to talk about.
Oh,
what's
got
on
it.
the
Can't talk
agenda.
about that. Got it.
Okay.
Can't talk about it. Sorry.
Next month's a regular meeting. You
Regular
can
meeting,
chat how
right,
you want,
special
make a
meeting, right.
motion to add an item, but
Got it.
I mean,
it was just more to
just as you're right,
Yeah,
just a
nothing.
formality that
Yeah.
if you have any need, Jeff Catlett is now also our land use director, and he's the health director, and Todd's no more involved with land use.
What will he do with all that free time?
I don't know.
This would be a discussion, we'd vote on the things, but it would be a realistic change in compliance by changing the 30 down to 15 appeal period. I mean,
Right.
because
Yeah, I'm hoping. That's why I'm suggesting it. I think 30 days to correct something that I say is you're doing wrong
it's too much,
is a long time.
right?
And like I said, you can remove a lot of, ledge. You can remove a lot of sand. You can completely, build an entire structure.
Why not 7 days then?
Well, I don't know with the U.S. Postal Service.
Days. If they find a way to game that, we can have another discussion once we have our own rules.
And because the thing is that I issue, like for a lot of every time I issue a cease and desist, I send it certified mail by statutory requirement, but I also send it regular mail. So if we have 15 days, well, if I act in 20 days and start fining you because you never signed, you refused to sign for the certified mail, at least I can attempt to start acting quicker than 30 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Reasonable point. Move to adjourn?
Well, we have a
Minutes?
line for minutes. I think the minutes are wonderful because I wrote them, but but I don't know if you guys have received copies of them.
I emailed it, I thought,
I don't know if I
with the agenda. I mean, you can table
I
it.
think I stopped at the agenda.
I read that document, but I don't know if I saw the minutes. I didn't get any minutes. I just got the draft.
Why don't we
just table it.
postpone those minutes to the next meeting?
You guys have gone 6 months without approving minutes. Without a meeting. Like you have
Well,
a meeting,
yeah.
you haven't met. So
Yeah.
waiting 1 more month to approve these is not going to.
And since that was not a case of hearings or anything like that, it was
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, motion that we move the review and approval of the minutes to our next scheduled meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Motion we adjourn. Love it.
Motion to adjourn is never. Motion,
Also second. You got it.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are done. It looks to me